Hello and welcome to Not Fake News. Official, now backing Obama up. Claims of a military coup is in full order for takedown of Trump. I don't know if this is real or not. We'll see. Facing down any threat. A former Obama official has advocated the overthrow of President Donald Trump. This treasonous message describes how to overthrow the government of the United States. So much for a peaceful transfer of power. In a blog post for Foreign Policy magazine, Rosa Brooks, a former Obama administration official, outlined 4 ways to get rid of a President Trump, including declaring him mentally unfit for command or carrying out a military coup. Brooks is a Schwartz Senior Fellow at New America Foundation, which is funded by the billionaire, who else? George Scrotum Face Soros. Open Society Foundations. She served from 2009 to 2011 as counselor to the Under Secretary of Defense for Policy and served as a senior advisor to Obama's State Department. Her posting is titled 3 Ways to Get Rid of Trump Before 2020. Although the piece actually outlines 4 ways, in what seems to be a deliberate tactic, Brooks repeatedly questions Trump's mental stability, claiming that the president's first week in office has made it all too clear. Yes, he's as crazy as everyone feared. Brooks is not a mental health professional, offered no evidence for her armchair physiological evaluation other than citing policies that she doesn't like. So he's crazy. And then she starts talking about the ban, the travel ban, the terrorist ban. Remember those optimistic pre-inauguration fantasies? I cherish them too. You know, once he's president, I'm sure he'll realize it doesn't really make sense to withdraw from those treaties. Once he's president, surely he'll understand that he needs to stop tweeting out those random insults. Once he's president, he'll have to put aside that ridiculous campaign briggadio about building a wall along the Mexican border. Nope. In his first week of office, Trump has made it entirely clear that he meant every single damn word of the loopy, appalling word. And then some. These idiots don't realize Trump was elected for campaign promises, which he is now keeping. She is then saying most of the country is crazy. Except for her, of course. Brooke listed 4 ways to get rid of a crummy president. Elect him out of office after his 4-year term is 1, but after such a catastrophic first week, 4 years seems like a long time to wait, she wrote. Impeachment, she exclaimed. However, she laminated, impeachments take time, months, if not longer, even with an enthusiastic Congress. And when you have a lunatic controlling the nuclear codes, even a few months seems like a perilously long time to wait. Utilizing a claim of mental instability to invoke the 25th Amendment of the Constitution, which sets a path for the Commander-in-Chief's removal if the President is unable to discharge the powers and duties of his office. The military coup, she writes, the 4th possibility, is one that, until recently, I would have said was unthinkable in the United States of America. A military coup, or at least a refusal by military leaders to obey certain orders. Not going to happen. Very first military salute for President Trump was from this guy right here. The problem with the lame brain thought is that Trump enjoys the support of military with such a fervor that's not been seen in decades. I can imagine how many of our armed force members would love to make her eat her words, she writes. When it comes to invoking the 25th Amendment, Brooke argues for appealing the ambitions of Vice President Mike Pence, of course. I'm sorry, I'm going to repeat it. When it comes to invoking the 25th Amendment, Brooke argues for appealing to the ambitions of Vice President Mike Pence. Of course, she would. Liberal Democrats think of nothing else but their own ambitions. The amendment states, whenever the Vice President and a majority of either the principal officers of the executive departments or of such other bodies of Congress may by the law provide, transmit to the President pro tempore of the Senate and Speaker of the House of Representatives their written declaration that the President is unable to discharge powers and duties of his office. The Vice President shall immediately assume the powers and duties of the office and acting President. Surely Pence wants to be President himself one day, right? Brooke writes. Pence isn't exactly a political moderate. He's been unremittedly hostile to gays, writes. He's a climate change skeptic, etc., but unappealing as his policies may be to many Americans, he does not appear to actually be insane. Now, let me just say something. When she says here, unappealing to many, they keep saying many Americans, and a lot of times they say most Americans. It's not true. Most Americans are for Trump now. More and more every day for Trump. He's up to 59% approval rating in his first week or two. During the 2016 presidential campaign, opponents of Trump similarly attempted to delegitimize his policies by raising questions about his mental health. As I wrote at the time, the template for such attacks may have been set more than 5 decades ago, when such claims were deployed against Senator Barry Goldwater during the 1964 presidential campaign, which he was widely considered a threat to the political establishment. That theme has continued into Trump's first 2 weeks in office. Earlier this week, U.S. News and World Report ran a story titled Temper Tantrum. Some say President Donald Trump, personally isn't just flawed, it's dangerous. I'm going to say, personality isn't just flawed, it's dangerous. The U.S. News story, for example, quotes John D. Gartner, described as a practicing psychotherapist who taught, I'm so screwed with these PSY words, physiatric residents at Johns Hopkins University's medical school, as claiming Trump is dangerously mentally ill and temporarily incapable of being president. John D. Gartner says, who is that? Who is he? Military for Trump. They're all for Trump. I did a video, I seen a video where Obama and went to his last military speech. There it was empty. Okay, and Bush's was full. They were cheering. See what happens with Trump. The Independent newspaper this week ran a story that also attempted to diagnose Trump. It was titled, Malignant Narcissism. Donald Trump displays classic traits of mental illness, claims physiologist. The article similarly cited mental health professionals commenting on Trump's alleged psychological disorder. The Independent article partially drew from the New York Daily News story from this week titled, President Trump exhibits classic signs of mental illness, including malignant narcissism, shrinks say. Narcissism impairs his ability to see reality. Seems like the lefts have that problem, not him. Dr. Julie Futel, a clinical psychologist, told the newspaper while pointing out that she never actually treated Trump. People like Brooks have a right to their opinion and to voice it. She's a lifelong academic and political activist. She couldn't make a dime otherwise. She's incapable of logical, real-world, balanced judgment. Her mental process is so corrupted by the left-wing social ideals, nothing that comes out of her mouth can be trusted. Brooks is a Soros puppet and is out of touch with real Americans. She wouldn't even recognize one She'd never been around any. That's a good thing for the rest of us. Thank you for watching. Comment below. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe and hit that little bell next to the subscribe button. Give us a like if you like the video, and share this with your Facebook friends and your Twitter friends and whatnot. Once again, when you hit the subscribe button, you have to hit the bell to get all the new videos we make each day. Thanks for joining us, and I'll see you next time at Not Fake News.